Welcome students to class 11 English classes conducted by your English teacher Monica Kaur. Before I start with Hornbill, I would like you to request please like and subscribe my channel. Chapter 3 Ranga's Marriage Part 4. Welcome back students to class 11 English Part 4 of Snapshots Chapter number 3, Ranga's Marriage, written by Masti Venkatesha Iyengar. Today in this chapter we are going to have the summary of page number 4 up to page number 5, paragraph number 1 with the relatable vocabulary. So students, hurriedly, what we have to do? Yes, summarize the previous summary. Actually, this story is being set up in a very remote area of south area that is called Hosa Ali. Although it was near a very historical place that is called Mysore, but it was not on the map, and that made the narrator as well as a very educated doctor really very hurtful point. But then the narrator told us that Hosa Ali, if was not on if it is not on map, but it doesn't mean it was not at all famous. Hosa Ali was famous for its sweet, that was Karigadabu, and for its mango orchards, and for its creepers also. Okay. Now, in the next, the narrator had told us that the story he was telling us, it was almost 10 years ago. Okay, and in that story, one of the remote area's boy, that Ranga, a son of the village accountant, had for the very first time from that village became the boy to went out to study in the city for that English medium. And there, everyone else in the village was excited. It was like a festive season for everyone in the village. Whenever Ranga was coming during the holidays, they wanted to see the changes, and they also used to praise accountant because Ranga was his only son, and so that's why that he had sent his sons away from him. Not only this, Ranga was really a very, very kind-hearted, generous, with the worth of the valuable kind of the boy, who usually meet the people as he was meeting him during the period when he was staying in the village. He never show a very pride to be of that city boy. He usually wear the clothes, accustomed clothes, whenever he was there in the village. Not only this, he used to do the namaskar in his custom way only. And one of the women was really very happy to see that Ranga was not at all a changed boy even after living so many of the years in the Bangalore, and even in the English or the Western culture. He was wearing a sacred thread that was a very much important for the Hindu Brahmins to wear it. Okay, that was called Genevra. And that made the people think that even that the boy had stayed there inside the city Bangalore, but still he hadn't forgotten all his values and customs. And like this, students, he became the apple of an eye of everyone else, especially of the narrator. Because here, now let's talk about in this video the next part of the summary. The narrator was actually gaga, the praise. Gaga means the praise of that boy. Now he was seeing such a valuable that customs in him, and he was telling us that he was not like the boys of modern era. The boys who was only wishing for to wish, but they did not respect their relatives nor even their parents. But Ranga hadn't forgotten his customs, his values. Okay, so he was so much impressed with Ranga that now he wanted him to carry on with his life. After this, because he met Ranga, And then one day Ranga came to his house, and he, for the generous reasons, obviously when we people are going to someone else's house, we would not go so empty hand. Hana? So Ranga was also carrying that what you called it, that oranges, a fruit in his hand. Okay, so it was really a kind gesture of Ranga that made really made happy the narrator, that the boy had a golden heart. Okay, not only this, that they actually had a talk. Now one thing was means there in the mind of that narrator. He knew it that Ranga was the best bachelor and the most eligible bachelor of the village. Here we see, students, that the child marriage issue had been erupted. Okay, now when Ranga had completed his education and he was there in that village again, so the narrator, because of his behavior, because of his attitude, because of everything, he wanted him to get married because he was now ready for that marriage. Okay, now suddenly when that day in the afternoon Ranga came, after doing the talks of here and there, now he directly asked him about his marriage plans, and there Ranga told him that he was really not at all changed in the values, changed in the customs, but somewhere else he had changed in the ideas, changed in the societal movements. Okay, he told that he wanted to get married, of course, but he was not going to get married at such a young age. And it was for sure for him that he was not going to get married with a young girl, because he wanted his marriage to be there for whole of his life. The commitment that he would going to do for that auspicious occasion that is called marriage, it should be means go on for longer and longer. So that's why he told that he was going to marry a mature girl who would understand him even when he was going to be angry, or even he spoke to her in an angry way, so then also she must understood that it means that what he meant by those words. So that's why he told him that after 25 he was going to get married. Okay. By this he also told that the girl should be matured, girl should be educated, and he was going to do means marry that girl only. This performance of Ranga made somewhere else heartbroken, of that heartbroken. The narrator was really very much means that in pain, that he was so thinking else something. He wanted him to get married, and look, that boy had to some other plans. He had really a very other plans. Okay, and then he asked him that that was only the reason, maturity only the reason, or anything else. So then he told that then Ranga told the narrator what, that he wanted to get married of his own choice rather than the arrangements that would be going to be done by his parents. Here he was telling the narrator that he did not want any arranged marriage, he wanted to have a love marriage. Okay, now means this made more sorrowful of that the narrator's mood, because in the village only there was one girl who was a perfectly match for Ranga, and that's how narrator was thinking about his marriage. Okay, and now what about that girl? That girl was from a very big city. She was from Calcutta. At that time it was called Calcutta. Now it is called Kolkata. Okay, from Calcutta. She was Rama Rao's one of the that village friend of narrator's that niece. Her parents died in an accident. That's why Rama Rao, her uncle, brought her to their village, and she was not only the means that good match, but she was the best match, because she was also from the big city as Ranga was. Okay, and not only this, the girl had a lot of qualities like Ranga. What was the quality? Firstly, she knew each and every house course. Secondly, she knew how to play harmonium and veena. Okay, harmonium and veena means sitar. Okay, and then means she had a very very melodious voice. Her voice was really so melodious that that the narrator got attracted towards that her voice, and he wanted her to be the match for Ranga because he was thinking that she was the best match for Ranga. What happened, students, next? That I will tell you later on. So let's, students, complete the vocabulary of the relatable, that the paragraphs. Okay. So the first vocabulary is troupe. Now, troupe is what? Troupe is a group of artists. Artist here refers to the performers, actors, that dancers. Okay, now how you will make the sentence? You will make the sentences like this, that a great troupe of Russia showed a circus to the village people. Okay, fine. Now next is distressed. Distressed is means extreme sorrow or pain. The narrator was in distress after hearing Ranga's marriage plan. I hope, students, you people have understood this part of the video. Students, before I sign off, what you have to do? Yes, students, you have to what? Yes, like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. And students, one more thing, to ring the bell icon to get the further notifications. Students, be safe. I will be back soon. Thanks. These are the 3 questions from the summarized paragraphs as assignment number 3.